Hey everybody, it's Candy, aka Brown Eyed Girl, 69. Well, I gotta be at work here in a couple hours. Yeah, less than that. But I've been sitting here watching some old footage of Daryl, and it brings me back into thoughts of things that come full circle, so to speak, even though you didn't really expect them to. Here's a short story for you. When I was 12 years old, my parents basically uprooted me up out of this little small sleepy town that I am now living in again, and moved me to a completely different town about an hour away, an hour drives away. But it felt, the distance felt a lot longer than that for me. I had went here through 6th grade, completed 6th grade, and then basically had to go to this new school when I was in 7th grade. I was 12 years old. Long story short, years later, in 2012, because the title of the video that I'm watching is 4/17/2012 under Daryl's playlist. It started me thinking about that time frame, and I was thinking what ages we were, and I wasn't quite yet 43. Daryl wasn't quite yet 51. Or 52. Wait, he was born in 60. So yeah, he was about to be 52, and I was about to be 43, and I was thinking, well, Kelsi just turned 13. 4 days after Kelsi turned 13, Daryl and I was leaving Oklahoma and moving to Broomfield, Colorado, which was a community just outside of Denver, in between Denver and Boulder. And I tried to think about the impact that, had on her. I've thought about it before. But yeah, she was 13, and basically she had been living with her grandparents since August of 2010 anyway. And so we had basically been living here in this other small town south of here for approximately a year and a half, maybe a little over a year and a half, before we chose to just pick up and leave and go try our luck somewhere else. So Kelsi was already comfortable living with her grandparents, but not having access to me as easily as she did was, I think, what the issue and problem was. Even though Daryl and I tried to make it here in this small, sleepy little town, but jobs were hard to come by, pay rate wasn't that high. Places to rent here in town weren't really available, and if they were out of my budget, out of our budget. So we just figured we would take what we could take and go try it somewhere else, where there might be a place for better opportunities, I've been watching all the videos today, and it just brings me back to that time frame and everything that we tried to do, and sometimes I wonder, it blows me away, the amount of energy that both he and I put out into the universe for said things that never came to be. And because those said things never came to be, our energy had to be diverted into what was. And I can make a whole probably another video on that, but I'm not going to. I'll just leave it at that. There's a lot of things that I'm, trying to do and achieve in my life right now too. kind of different directions that I could go, but right now I'm just kind of leaving. I haven't gone down any specific path yet, but I'm just kind of weighing my options, looking at my options, and make my moves from there, so to speak. Also, I've tried to not be so impulsive and irrational in decision making now in my older years. But instead, taking a subject matter and taking the time to look at it from all angles, so to speak, and weigh my options out and sleep on it a few nights and then make my decision from there, the next week on my days off. So my days off are coming tomorrow and Thursday. Today is Tuesday, August 5th. And I work 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. tonight. And then I'm off for a couple days. Yay. Plus, tonight shouldn't be that difficult, even though we are probably going to be pretty busy because today is a food stamp drop day. But there's 3 of us working, so I should lighten the load more than just when there's 2 cashiers. Anyways, peace, love, hugs, nugs, all that good stuff, and I'm definitely going to share more stories. I just don't feel like I have the time, and I don't want to bore you. Until the next time, y'all have a great one, and bye for now.